I know hockey is just different, and you're going to say it was fine, but seriously, how could you possibly have blocked shots and done all those things with a broken foot for 2 months?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't easy, but it was worth it and it was fun, and you kind of you adjust to the pain and stuff like that. It just kind of actually gets easier as you go. The first 3 weeks with the foot was tough, and it was more painful off the ice than on the ice, which was good. And then everything else it was tough. But again, your body just adjusts over time.
Can you take us through? I'm sorry. Can you take us through the order of everything else, the shoulders and the oblique, and
Yeah.
and are you one of the guys who? I mean, Paul's indicated that some guys may not be ready for September. Do you expect to be ready for September, or is that probably not happening at this point?
Yeah. So game 2, Boston broke the foot. Didn't find out until between Toronto and Carolina that it was broken. Just because you think it's fine, you just assume that it's fine, and once you get the imaging done, you look at that, and then Carolina dislocated the shoulder. Just one. I don't know where the second one came from there, but but that's been a problem for a long time for me. So we're going to get it fixed. So no, I won't be ready for September, but shortly after that. So going to work through that this summer.
So it's the shoulder that's going to need surgery, not the foot?
We hope so.
Okay.
Yeah, not clear yet.
You were pretty reflective kind of on the whole run right after the game the other night. I'm just kind of, it was such a strange year, right, where the regular season didn't necessarily go the way you guys wanted. The playoffs, it seemed like, I'm sure that's kind of what you guys hopefully you were going to be playing like all year. What about the last couple of months kind of gives you faith that is the Panthers, that the team we saw for the last 2 months is what you guys can be moving forward?
I mean, just the fact that we got there, and we competed, and everything kind of fell into place, and we bought into a system that we know we can win. We didn't get the job done, but we know we can do it, and that kind of belief, I think, is going to be really important for us moving forward. So it'll be good.
Not to belabor the point of the injuries in the playoffs, what about the injuries that you had during the regular season? We know about the groin. I was told about a broken foot or something during the regular season, the shoulder. Did you have a bunch of stuff going on this season? And how tough was that to kind of battle through?
Yeah, this was probably the hardest year for me injury-wise, that playing with.
Right.
Obviously I've had worse stuff to deal with, but nothing that was unmanageable. It wasn't that bad. Just old stuff that that we all deal with.
Yeah, we talked to Paul a little bit, and he kind of mentioned that the All-Star break was a great rest, especially for you. I think he mentioned you by name. Did you feel that when you came back from that All-Star break that you were kind of rejuvenated?
Yeah, for sure, a little bit. Yeah, we had four nights in the Bahamas with 5 of the guys and the girls. It was great. It was a lot of fun, and you need that. It's a long year.
This was a year of transition, of course, with Mackenzie Weegar being traded to Calgary, of course, new coach, and of course your fair share of injuries. How would you say did you learn anything about yourself as far as a leader in the locker room, and also you yourself off the ice?
Yeah, I mean, every year you learn things, and you learn how far you can push your body, and I mean, just what we could do as a team. It's kind of just what I learned. I mean, didn't really do anything differently in terms of leadership or who I am as a person. It's just kind of always the same, daily, consistent. But no, I mean, just learn that we can do it.
Aaron, you talked about adapting to the new systems this year. For your game personally, it looked like there was maybe a bit of a change. I don't know if you want to call it a maturation, just more honed in on the defensive side. Was that kind of a result of sitting back because of injuries, or did you kind of feel your game was changing this year under Mo or otherwise?
yeah, just a completely different defensive system. I mean, I hadn't played like that man-on-man kind of system in like 5 or 6 years. Like it was early on in my career, we played a lot of man-on-man, and then we moved away more to a zone, and then now back to it. It's a learning process. It's a lot more difficult for defensemen because you're kind of chasing around a little bit more, but it's a good system, and once we learned to play it as a team, I mean, you saw what we could do, right? So, yeah, defensively it was just different. It took time, but definitely believe in the system and believe in what the coaches were, teaching us, and it started to work, and it worked well. So I definitely like it. It's good.
Aaron, just 24, 36 hours, whatever it is, since the loss, how are you able to kind of stomach it now, and how has that changed since then?
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Instagram sucks because that's all you see is them lifting the cup. It hurts for sure. So it's been a tough couple days, or tough day, but it is what it is, and the sun comes up. So.
Last one for Aaron.
And yeah, speaking of Instagram sucks and all that, but what about being in Vegas in the middle of all that? I mean, I would guess you guys could not get away from it yesterday, driving to the airport, being in the hotel the night. Was it, does that kind of get you guys, hey, we want to be here kind of thing? Or is it just you trying to tune all that out?
You tune it out. I mean, we didn't I didn't go out anywhere after the game. Just we all got together in a hotel room and had some beers and hung out, played some poker, and enjoyed each other's company for the last few days before everybody goes their separate ways. So no, it wasn't too hard to get away from it. Just like I said, Instagram, it's not our friend right now.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for a good year, guys. Appreciate it.